Hi there, Kim Kunkel here, owner and designer over at EasyDigitals.com, time-saving backgrounds and templates for photographers. Today I have a three-part series for you. In part 1, I'm going to extract a player from the background. In part 2, I'm going to go over the layers of the Victory Lights set. And in part 3, I'm actually going to add the player to the background. So the first thing that you'll notice when you open this is it always has your player here selected. So if you open the template and drag your player in, it immediately goes to the right spot. But let's go ahead and go over all these layers. So I've went ahead and added separate layers for the names in case you want to do the names separately. And if you do want to do that and you change the names and then they're uneven, one thing that you can do is you can just select all the names. So I'm selecting it and then I'm pressing Shift so that it selects all the names, and then you can come up here and you can click on this little tab, I don't know what it's called, to center everything. So it kind of helps you out there. And then, like, let's say you realize that it's not quite right, you can push this over and then come up here and then do the same thing again. I use this a lot. I really like using these because they help me out a lot with my workflow and keeping everything even. So you can use those, or I've also put it where if it's easier for you, all of the names are on one layer in this one. And then I have this other one where you can add a saying or something like that. Let me go ahead and go to my history here and go back to where I started. So we also have this text, which I'm going to show you how to customize that in a minute, but you can change that to any font, and you can also change these effects. You have a hue saturation. In case you want to change the color, you double click and you just move it around and you can increase the saturation. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. I also have a top light because some of the composites look better with more light. And then I have these side lights, which you can also change the color on if you want it to match the team. So if my team colors were like red and yellow, then I could have it red and yellow, maybe gold. So we have these light layers, and basically you can add as many as you want. And this one is a burst. So I just wanted a lot of variety in that area. And then this is the background. And then the grounds, which the baseball field, I went ahead and added a levels to that in case you wanted to have it a little bit darker. And you can also change the levels, and you can reduce the opacity of the levels. So we have the baseball field, we have the football field, which also has the levels. We have the grass, and then we have the light reflections, which is in a nested folder. So it's in a folder that's in a folder. So it's in grounds, and then it's also in another folder. And for this one, again, you might want to reduce the opacity. And depending on the perspective of what you're putting in here, you might even want to press enter and grab all these. You might even need to change this and take this down a little bit, depending on where your person is standing. And if you do that, you're probably going to have to add, let's see, oh, I needed to grab this too. Let me undo this. Let's grab all of it and push it down. And then it has the mask too. I needed to make sure this mask was selected. Press enter, and that's how you change that. So I think that covers all of the layers. Oh, I didn't mention the smoke. The smoke, we have a lot of smoke layers. Let me pull this out here. These are the sharp smoke layers, and you can turn them around and move them and lower them, make them larger and smaller. And then we have haze if you want a little bit more. So you can do whatever you want with those. Okay, I think that covers all the layers that I wanted to go over. Now we're going to bring our player in.